All right, so I'm going to talk about some of the possible reasons that could be contributing to Japan's low obesity rate. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the economy. Over the past several years, Japan has definitely demonstrated that its citizens are more than willing to spend higher amounts of money on the food that they eat than people in America and in Mexico. Generally speaking, they spend higher portions of their annual incomes on food, and this is just because there's a much higher emphasis on the pristine quality and the purity of the food that they're eating. And this is generally reflected in what it is that they're eating, which ties very seamlessly in with their culture, which is very fresh fish, which are caught locally, fresh vegetables, which are grown locally, and rice, which is also grown locally. And you just see a very big emphasis on living off of the land that they are given and trying to maintain very high standards of quality and purity, and um, trying to remain very pristine. And we also see the practice of something called enryo, or restraint, which they practice in all aspects of their lives, but generally, specifically in um, in terms of eating, they'll generally have these beautiful spreads of food, as seen in the image on the slide, and each person will be expected only to take a few bites of each dish and practices restraint. So these are some of the reasons, and I'll get to more in the next slide, on how Japan has managed to maintain such a low obesity rate.